Hi everybody, we're going to do the slope-intercept form assessment study guide. So the first one's asking us to order the rate of change from least to greatest. So that means we're looking at the slope. So we're doing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I'm going to choose these points right here just because they're the smallest numbers and I'm least likely to make a mistake. So I've got y1, y2, x1, x2. So I'm doing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So 0 minus 3.5 divided by 0 minus negative 1. So I end up with negative 3.5 over 1. So I have a slope of negative 3.5. For this one, I have a slope of negative 3.5. And for this one, I can't use that. Nope, 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 but I can use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And it's positive. So 5/3 is going to be my greatest. And it just so happens that these two are the same. On your test tomorrow, it's not. So I'm going to put it's going to be a drag and drop. All right, for the next one, it's asking for the y-intercept. So your y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So in this case, it's negative 10. In this case, it's negative 1. And in this case, when x equals 0, y equals 0. So it's, they want it from least to greatest. So it's going to be negative 10, negative 1, 0. All right, they want us to write the equation for the graph. So I know that my y-intercept is positive 2. And I know that my slope, I can't use that. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, they gave me a dot. I should have been looking for my dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my rise is 5. And my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So y equals 5 over 6, x plus 2. All right, for this next one, they want the equation of the line that passes through those points. Remember, you're going to have access to your graphic organizer, so that's going to be an option to use when you're taking your test. But I'm going to label my points. So I've got x1, y1, x2, y2. And I've got y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So 3 minus 5 divided by negative 4 minus 4. So I end up with negative 2 over negative 8. So my slope is 1/4. Then I'm going to choose one of the pairs of points to substitute in. So I have y equals mx plus b. My slope is always going to go in for my m. So I've got my y is 4, my oops, not 5 over 4. So I end up with 4 equals 5 over 4 plus b. I'm going to change this to a decimal just to make it easier for myself. So 4 equals 1.25 plus b. I'm going to subtract 1.25. And I end up with b equals 2.75. So y equals 1/4 x plus 2.75. All right, for the next one, it's asking us to write an equation of the graph. So I see my y-intercept is positive 21. And then it looks like they're counting by threes on the y-axis. So I've got my dot there. Nope, 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 nope. Looks like right there I can get a dot. So my rise is 3. My run is, they're counting by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a negative slope. So y equals negative 3/5 x plus 21. For this one, I remember that this is undefined. So it's going to be an x equals, and in this case it's 3 because it's on 3. If it's a horizontal line, it's going to be a y equals. So vertical, it's x equals. Horizontal, it's a y equals. All right, for this one, it says, what is the y-intercept that goes through? So they only want the y-intercept. So I'm doing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And it's going to show up like this. So it's going to look like this, and I can do it the same way. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm doing the exact same thing. So I've got 8 minus 13 divided by 10 minus 9. And I end up with negative 5 over 1. So y equals mx plus b. And I substitute negative 5 in. And then I'm just going to choose one of my pairs of points. I'm going to choose this one. So I get 10, and I've got 8 right here, plus b. So 8 equals negative 50 plus b. I'm going to add 50 on each side. So I end up with 58 equals b. So my equation is y equals negative 5x plus 58. So my y-intercept is positive 58. All right, for this one, I've got to write the equation for the graph. So it seems like I'm going to have to do this a lot. So I've got positive 1, and then it looks like I've got to find a good spot where it crosses. It looks like it's right there and right there. Rise is 2, run is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get 1/2, and it's positive. So y equals 1/2 x plus 1. What is the y-intercept of the table? So whenever x is 0, the y tells you it's 8. So in this case, it's going to be 8. For this one, they wanted the equation for the table. So x1, x2, y1, y2. So I have 32, 24. I'm going to be a little bit... Do you still need me?
No, do you need me?
Nope.
Do you need me to print stuff or anything?
Nope. Divided by 3 minus 0. So I can put that in my calculator, or I can just do 3224 minus 599. And I get 26.25 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 26. Oh, goodness. 9 times would be 27, so 8 times. 3 goes into 22, 7 times. 3 3 goes 5 times. So I get 875. So my slope is 875 x, and then my y-intercept, when x is 0, y is 599. So remember, your x is always on top, your y is always on the bottom. Okay, for this one, they want you to write the equation that goes through the 2 points. So I have x, y, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I've got negative 16 minus 2 divided by negative 10 minus 0. I get negative 18 over negative 10. So I end up with, what, negative 9 over 5. Y equals mx plus b. So negative 9 over 5. Then I'm going to substitute this point in. So I know x is 2, y is 2, and x is 0. So I end up with 2 equals 0 plus b. Subtract 0. Oh, it should be a positive. Oh, goodness. And I end up with 2 plus equals b. So y equals 9/5 x. And then there's plus 2. Remember, you're going to have your graphic organizer to use. Kayla works at a coffee shop and earns $6.25 an hour. So for every hour she works, she gets $6.25. Plus, she had this much in tips. And they want us to write an equation. So we've got y equals 625x plus 850. They want to know, what is the meaning of the rate of change in this graph? So they're talking about the hours worked and the money earned. So it looks like we have a point here. We can get another point here. So for $60, they worked 8 hours. So 60 divided by 8. So earn $7.50 an hour. So it looks like the worker earns $7.50 per hour. All right, the next one says JJ purchases almonds in bulk at the supermarket. Which best describes the slope of the line graphed? Okay, so we've got $369 over 2. So that'd be $4.50 for 1 pound. So almonds cost $4.50 for 1 pound. What is the meaning of the initial value? So it says it's a gift card balance and the number of movies. So this person has watched 0 movies and has a gift card balance of $50. Because remember, your initial value is always your y-intercept. So that's always where you start. Okay, which of the following situations best represents the data in the table? So if I wanted to find my slope, I have y2, y1, x2, x1. So 9.5 minus 8, 1 minus 0. So I just want to make sure everybody understands we're not doing like guessing here. So whatever the slope is, it's 1.5. Our y-intercept is 8. Okay, so Robbie has $8 in his account and spends $1.50 each day for the next 3 days. Well, maybe. Zach sells t-shirts for $9.50 each. That's not true, because it doesn't go up by $9.50 each day. A newborn weighs 8 pounds at birth and gains 1.5 pounds each month for the next 3 months. Riley earns $8 an hour lifeguarding plus $1.50 for any pool an hour. So that tells me that should be the hourly rate or the slope. Okay, so let's go back to these. Okay, Robbie has $8 in his account and spends. That's where it catches us. So spends, so that means it's going to be negative. This case, we're not spending it. It's going up. So the baby gains 1.5. So even though we had 2 that looked good, it's going back and rereading it. Letitia recently rented office space and now needs someone to do some weekly cleaning. She received bids from 2 different cleaning services. So Quick Clean charges $30 for a supply fee. So $30 plus the $20 per hour. So Y equals. And then 3 Friends uses the table below. So I'm going to use the whole numbers because that'll make it easier for me. X1, X2, Y2, Y1. So I've got 50 minus 25 divided by 2 minus 1. So I get Y equals 25, X. And then if I substitute it back in, plus B, so it's going to be a 0 fee, so it's Y equals 25X. So it's just $25 an hour. All right, so the cleaning company, if cleaning costs for each company were graphed, the y-intercepts would be the same. That's not true because the second one doesn't have a y-intercept. If it takes 10 hours for Letitia's office space to be cleaned, 3 Friends would be less expensive. Well, this one would be $250, and this one would be 200 plus 30. So that would be, Quick Clean would be cheaper. If it takes 5 hours, 3 Friends would be less expensive. So that'd be 125, and then this would be 100 plus 30. That's true. 3 friends charges $5 more per hour than Quick Clean. That's true. The cleaning costs for each company were graphed. The graphs would intersect when it equals 6 hours. Well, let's see. At 6 hours, do they equal the same thing? So 25 times 6 150, and then 20 times 6 plus 30. That's true. So C, D, and E were all correct. All right. Consider the linear function and consider what's correct. So we got to figure out the equation here. So I've got x1, x2, y1, y2. 53 minus 29 divided by 4 minus 2. So I get 24 over 2, which is 12. Ooh. So y equals 12x. And then I'm going to substitute this point in. So plus b. So I get 29 plus 12 times 2 plus b. So 24 plus b equals 29. Subtract 24. 5 equals b. So my equation is y equals 12x plus 5. Okay, the function 5x plus 12 has a greater y-intercept. That's true. The function represented by the table has the greater y-intercept. Nope, that y-intercept is 5. They don't have the same. The function has the greater rate of change. Nope, because it's 12. The function represented by the table has the greater rate of change. The two functions have the same rate of change. Nope. So it should be A and E. All right, the next one, they're asking us to compare it again. Holy Toledo. Okay, so I'm going to have to write equations. Agencies A is y equals 15x. This one is going to be y equals 9x plus 15. This one is x1, x2, y1, y2. 60 minus 36, 5 minus 2, 3. Y equals 12x plus b. I'm going to substitute in that point. 36 equals 12 times 3 plus b. 36 equals 36 plus b. So y equals 12x. And then this last one, y-intercept is 20. And then it goes up 1 over 1. So it looks like 5, y equals 5x. No, I need to recalculate that. Ten over 1. So y equals 10x plus 20. All right. Select all of the agencies that will charge a fee of no more than $100 for 8 hours of babysitting. Okay, so 15 times 8. I get 120, so that's no good. So agency A is out. Agency B. 72 plus 15, 87. So agency B is in. Agency C. Eight times 12 is, I want to say it's 96. Yep, I was right. 96. So agency C is in. And then 10 times 8 plus 20, we get exactly 100. And it says no more than. So that means I can include agency D. All right, since 12 a.m., a cold front has caused the temperature in a particular city to decrease at a constant rate. At 2 a.m., the temperature was 54 degrees. At 5 a.m., the temperature was 45 degrees. Okay, so 12. Hang on. So at 2, the temperature was 54. And at 5, the temperature was 45. Gosh. What am I doing? Okay, so 45 minus 54 over 5 minus 2. So that's going to give me negative 9 over 3, negative 3. So I'm going to plug my point back in. So I end up with negative 6 plus b so y equals negative 3x plus 60. Okay. So the temperature was decreasing at a rate of 3 degrees. That's true. These are both false. Okay, so the temperature at 12 a.m., so if it was decreasing and it got to 54, so that means at 1 a.m., it was 57, and at 12 a.m., it was 60. B and D. All right, the meaning of the rate of change. So they want the rate of change. So they're counting by 25s. So 25 over 1. So they're talking about the amount of profit and the cartons sold. So it wasn't the initial amount. We know it didn't increase by 100. It means the amount of profit is increasing by $25 per carton of candy sold. All right, they want to know about the initial value of the function. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So we end up with 15 over 1,000. So that's our slope. So y equals 3 over 200 x plus b. We're going to substitute a value in. So 90 equals, might be better not to reduce it. And I end up with 90 equals 15 plus b. Because 1,000 divided by 1,000 is 1. So I'm left with 15. Subtract 15. And I'm left with 65. No, 75. So it means the electricity has a base cost of $75 each month. All right, the initial value of the function is 20, right? So it means the car rental has a base cost of $20 per day. Not per 100 miles because they haven't gone anywhere. We're at 0. We haven't gone anywhere. All right, what is the meaning of the initial value of the equation? So that would be this $8.75. So it says the value of a certain stock is $8.75 per share at the beginning of last week. Each day after that, it decreased by 15 cents per day. So it means the stock was worth $8.75 at the beginning of last week. Last question, thank goodness. The laboratory at a corn plant is increasing in height at a constant rate. So that would be this. The equation shows below describes y, the height in centimeters of the plant after X days. What is the meaning of the rate of change? It means the height of the plant was 60 centimeters at day 0. No, it was 4 at day 0. It means the plant is growing 16 centimeters every day. The plant is growing 4 centimeters every day. Nope. It means the height of the plant was 4 centimeters at day 0. So that's true and that's true. But they want to know what is the meaning of the rate of change. So that would be this one. All right, if you have any questions, come see me in the morning and I'll be glad to help you. Have a great rest of your day.